have accessed information on Bangladesh's next government formation as well. Sources suggesting that nearly 18 people have been finalized for this interim government. As the Bangladesh president, the army chief that have been holding consultations, there are at least 3 army generals and 1 Hindu said to be in the list, with the former Bangladesh bank governor as well. Journalists who are also said to be in the fray. That includes key figures from across the sectors that the government is likely to have diverse representation coming in from different sectors of society. Pradeep continues to be with us because, Pradeep, to get normalcy back in Bangladesh, that means the immediate formation of an interim government till the time elections happen. What is exactly this formation of the interim government all about?
Yes, you're absolutely right that interim government will be having 18 members that will be headed by Yunus, who is the Nobel Laureate, and his name was suggested by none other than but the student leader, because student leaders had been insisting that they will be the one who will be suggesting the name of the person who is going to head the government. And finally, army had no other option, and they got in touch with the Yunus, and Yunus said that for the country he is going to do so. And you rightly said it's going to have a diverse representation, because they will be having 1 Hindu also, they will be having a journalist also, they will be having the people from the judiciary and members from the civil society who really have got an influence, and then also they are going to have the 2 lieutenant general and 1 major general will also be part of this government. That somewhere that means that army will also be part of this new government. Now it is to be seen how they are really going to function, how the things are really going to proceed. But the one question arises that everybody is asking since day one, that if it was about the student education, how all of a sudden they started targeting minority community members, all of a sudden they started targeting temple. That's what actually India is also concerned about. Yesterday, while speaking inside the parliament also, as Jaishankar mentioned about all these things, that one, they are concerned about the students who are there still stranded, about 10,000 of them, though they are at the safer places, but they will try to get them back. And the second is about the minority community member. We have seen that how they started targeting temples, many of their houses were also targeted. So somewhere it appears that what was a student education, somewhere it was hijacked by the Islamist radical elements and Jamaat-e-Islami, because we have seen that how Jamaat-e-Islami had been hobnobbing with in the past also with the Bangladeshi National Party, and this time also somewhere there is a foreign hand which even Rahul Gandhi yesterday during the all-party meet he asked about, and as Jaishankar said that yes, the diplomat had changed the DP. That means somewhere they were also trying to instigate Pakistani diplomat. So somewhere they are also trying to instigate. Though he did not mention much about this thing, but there is obviously, we have seen that there is an Islamic Chhatra Shibr that is considered to be the student wing of Jamaat-e-Islami. And Islamic Chhatra Shibr was somewhere able to hijack this movement, and what appeared to be initially the student education against a reservation, all of a sudden it took a different kind of a turn, and finally we know what really happened. And this Sheikh Hasina, the Prime Minister, was given only 45-minute window by the army. She was asked to vacate this place within 45 minutes, and at that point of time she had no other option but come out to India.
But is this the very army which seems to be now calling the shots as far as now the formation of the interim government is concerned? Rashid is joining us. He's joining us live from Dhaka. Rashid, good morning to you from here, from India. We also talk about as far as the concerns that are now regarding what happens next to for normalcy to return as soon as possible in Bangladesh. There needs to be a formation of a stable government. What happens in its formation?
One of the biggest challenges right now is maintaining the law and order situation. As you know, that following the multiple attacks on the security establishment, especially the police, there was a huge concern about the law and order situation, and because of the poor security system right at this point, many places were attacked. Even my places back home also targeted and attacked. It's not because that I'm a journalist. It's because those who are perpetrators, they are trying to create some panics among the society. So that's a big challenge for now, because the police officer I spoke started, they said, look, the top tier of this police force were highly corrupt, and they tried to misguide Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina that it would be solved by using force. And we have received multiple information from the lower tier police. They said, look, we are bound to open fire against the students. Now we are a victim, and they could manage their way to flee country. Many of the police officer, lower rankers, they said, look, only 5 to 10 officers of the police leadership are responsible for all this massacre against the student. The more than 400 people were killed less than a month in the political crisis, and most of the places, even our leadership, when they said this development is happening everywhere, they cry for the development and lots of things, but they hardly consider the human loss is one of the main issue of this protest. And the Abu Said killing, that's triggered huge. And I spoke many, apart from the political, student political leaders, I spoke to many students from different English medium school or general education. And then they say, look, it's terrible when the Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina tried to, the ex-Prime Minister right now, she tried to justify the killing of student, and many Awami League leader at the time, they try to blame that it's not by us.
Step right now, it's to be a stable government to be formed there, and what we are hearing as far as the representation being given to Muhammad Yunus for that, and representation from various sectors of society is also possible there. But as far as the army's role is also here concerned, will it be playing a significant role, or will it be resigning to its prime role, which is when it comes to the security of a country? That remains to be seen. Pradeep and Rashid, thank you very much for the moment for joining in. But our